All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
Geeks and freaks. I'm Jonathan. I'm alcoholic.
What you got, buddy? Who are you? Matt. What's up, guys?
Absolutely alcoholic.
Fucking hanging out with us, you are.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So what's going on? Anything new?
Shit, you know what I forgot?
Hit record?
Yeah, I hit record.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, fuck you. New stuff. I gotta get my soundboard up. So yeah, nothing new. You've been running with the law lately?
No.
That's always good.
What?
Running
That
with
was-
the law.
How do you run into the law?
Guys,
Shit.
don't forget, subscribe, like, share. Hit that like button. Share. Comments. Sobriety dates. If you need help, let us know. We got
I
guys.
don't even understand.
What don't you understand?
Because we got a lot of people to watch the show. We've got like 3 fucking sobriety dates
Yeah.
in the total collection of all the people.
Yeah.
Plus us 3.
What else?
Yeah, but I don't
We have
comment.
sobriety dates on the show.
Yeah.
I did not have a
one
sobriety
yet?
date on the show yet.
Yours is coming up.
Yeah,
We can't talk about it.
No, can't talk about it because it ain't
shit.
here. One day at a time.
it's illegal.
One day at a time. Guys, Jonathan's going to let us know how to subscribe, like, share, and don't forget merchandise. Socially unacceptable but sober merchandise. Jonathan, let him know how to do it.
Almost there.
Yeah, dubstep. We're on the gram. We're on Facebook.
Look.
YouTube at Subs Podcast, TikTok subs.podcast1. Our email, if you want to send us a message, subspodcast1@gmail.com. The merch can be found at subspodcast.myshopify.com. Get it. We stream on all the platforms.
Yeah, we do.
Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all that good stuff. So, yeah.
About that. Merchandise.
I love that for us. It's so nice. Hype it up, baby.
So none of us, again, are wearing our merch. That's cool.
I don't even own any.
We don't even support our own show. That's great. Again, merch, subscribe, like, follow, share, comments, sobriety dates. If you need help, let us know. I think Matt's going to read our comments tonight, if I'm correct.
So we have to have
A discussion?
a little blanket comment about last week's show.
Oh, yeah. I take full responsibility for that.
So we had a little technical, or should I say a very huge technical difficulty last week.
It was a little huge.
Somebody,
Yeah, what's a
and
technical?
I'm not going to point any fingers or mention any names,
Oh, fucking God.
Jonathan
Says
did not hit fucking record on our little thing here that makes the sound have any
Wait.
kind of resemblance of quality. So it made it very difficult to hear or try to listen to. So we do appreciate those that did. But listen,
happens.
man. At the end of the day, man, we're still fucking 3 bozos trying to figure this thing out and just doing our best.
I think they could tell.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were hiding it pretty well till last week.
I don't think so.
And so that's that. Jonathan swears it'll never happen again. Plus,
We
he
made
gets
sure.
to look at it. It's on our board, so he gets to look at it every day to make sure that he turns out.
It's on the schedule wheel board.
So we have some comments. We only got 1 comment from last week's show, and this comes from from Gigi.
Jeez.
Ashley, you are a doll.
Oh, that's Ashley's episode.
Oh, Ashley's episode. Oh, we got no. Sadly enough,
No, we do. That one.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is from when Jonathan had his wife on, and from episode 23. Ashley, you are a doll. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Your face reliving everything spoke volumes. Beautiful family. Thank you for sharing.
TJ.
Thanks.
Thank
Gigi.
you, Jordan.
And then we have Alicia Ando. I don't know. 3168. This is from
Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I say? Alicia?
No, you got it.
Say, whatever.
Yeah.
Hit record.
You're good.
This is from last week when we had Jamie on. It's our special guest. So awesome to hear 2 people who have been such an important part of my sobriety and recovery journey. But that's a long sentence. to have see two people.
He sees it out over here.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Recovery and journey speak on addiction and treatment. On hard days, I listen to this podcast, even if I've heard the episode before.
It's awesome.
You all never fail to make me laugh and give me food for thought. I appreciate your service.
Nice.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Lisa. That was
Appreciate
beautiful.
that.
That means a lot to us. And shout out to Jamie for doing the podcast
Yep.
with us last
She did a
week. She's
great
awesome.
job.
It's like she's done this every day.
Yeah.
It's like she's done it every day. She did great.
And then we have a comment from the Cali Sober Show, episode 24. Skater Girl.
Oh, yeah, girl.
I love this topic. I think many people who smoke weed abuse it. And I don't know how to smoke it without abusing it and suppressing what's actually going on in their life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of those things that is left up to the person.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to go through life and they're going to think that everything's just fine the way that it is. And, you know,
And it just may be.
it just maybe is right. And, you know, we're not here to tell anybody that they're drug addicted or they're alcoholic.
Absolutely not.
Not even a
I know
little.
I didn't want to hear it.
No. So, you know, that far be it from us to ever say that someone else is. At the end of the day, and we spoke about this earlier, at the end of the day, you have to just take your own account of life.
Yeah.
Look at your track record.
Yeah.
And if you can come up and say, hey, man, I really haven't had many consequences. I haven't had too many dilemmas based on what it is that I'm doing. Then, yeah, probably no problem. But if you can sit there and say, man, I've had this problem, that problem, and next thing you know, there's this whole list of problems, one might want to say, I might have something to look at.
Problem.
Even if you're not one, and you're
What?
even if you are not one alcoholic,
Not one.
He's
Not.
over-pronunciating.
Not one.
even if you're not one, a drug addict or an alcoholic, and you happen to get some consequences, it's still very good to take a look at it and go, maybe I could end up getting more problems from
Yeah.
this. So maybe I should take a look at it now. Because we were talking today about a kid that I happened to do some kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, intervention with yesterday, and he was just like, "Oh, you guys,
I wasn't involved.
whatever, dude, whatever." And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm out of here.
Yep. See ya.
Like, see ya. Like they're like the parent and the other guy that was there was kind of like expecting me to, or we were, and I get it because I wish we'd have made a breakthrough with the kid.
Yeah.
But the
Sometimes
split
it
second,
doesn't
he's just
happen.
like,
Yeah, I'm
whatever,
good,
man.
bro.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. And it's like, not time for me to go then.
Base definition.
It's tough. It's difficult to
course
break
it
through
is.
a kid, man. It's difficult to listen. It
Tell a
doesn't
grown
matter the
man.
age. Right. I was just going to say, it doesn't matter the age. And this has been a reoccurring theme, I think, since we started this, is just that basic statement: if you're ready.
Yeah.
If you're ready, you're going to hear it. If you're not, it doesn't matter who's talking, what they're saying.
Could be God himself.
Hey, you're not going to hear it.
Base qualifications, man, in like the not our literature, but like clinical literature, is continued use despite negative consequences.
Yeah.
You got to determine what that negative shit is in your life.
Right.
Is missing school, fucking playing hooky, losing grades, not, consequences to you? All right, cool.
Right.
That's up to you to decide.
And I think, though, that, and this plays against us because I believe that every alcoholic or drug addict falls into this category, is that the tolerance that we build
Oh, yeah.
to say, once upon a time, these X, Y, and Z were unacceptable
Yeah,
in life.
yeah.
And now all of a sudden, that's every
Yeah.
day. That's normal.
You start drawing those
those-
lines with water-soluble marker.
Yeah, literally.
And then just spit on them. Wipe them away.
That line's not supposed to be
Yeah,
here. It's supposed to be way up here.
You draw it on our whiteboard and it wipes it right off.
Yeah, same lines. Same lines I used to cross.
And then we have one more comment. Gigi's a double dipper.
GG, double dipping GG.
This is also from the Cali Sober Show. Matt, I love your one time. Laugh my ass off.
Oh, you read that right. Shit, I read it wrong. It says own time. You interpreted it correctly.
Own?
It says own time. I love your own time, but it is one time.
Well,
I was like, what the fuck was that?
although I didn't see it misspelled, but that's what
That's what our brain does, I guess.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Our brains. Tricky things.
You ever see those things where they print out a whole paragraph?
What's wrong
and
with this
words
paragraph?
all the words are fucked up, but
you could still read
first
it.
letter and the last letter is always right of each word. You can read it.
Yeah.
We're not as smart as we think.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for the comments. Skater Girl.
I'm not smart.
Oh, you're not done with? Huh?
That's smart.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was the first one to break it to you. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, sobriety dates. If you need help, let us know. Tonight, looking on the schedule board,
I got a fucking.
we have tonight's is a topic. This is a topic and a topic episode. And tonight's topic is on Matt, and tonight's one time, bro, is on Jonathan. So, Matt, what do you got for our topic tonight?
So this came about when I was talking to my friend the other day when she was in getting some work done. She actually helped me with a topic a while back when we spoke about how we came about wanting to do the podcast. Remember I brought that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the same friend, and we were talking, and she's not alcoholic at all, but she religiously watches the show.
We should get her on here.
I will
Christ.
ask her. I don't know that she would be willing.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
have to,
I had to fucking
people
filter.
have a private, they have a
I get it.
professional
Yeah,
life.
I get it.
So who the fuck knows?
I get it.
So we were talking, and we all have the issues in our lives. So she was talking about the things that are going on in her life, and sometimes, man, I think that we want to minimize or overlook what we've been through or what we're going through to somehow it backfires. But in my brain, I'm going to minimize it to make myself feel better. But really, by minimizing or overlooking, that I'm not doing the work to get through it.
Right.
So therefore, the backfire is I just compound my shit. I double down on my issue because I'm overlooking it.
Right.
So when we were talking, I stopped tattooing and I sent myself a text. So I texted, don't minimize or limit the thoughts about what you have gone through.
Yeah, because go ahead, man. I know where you're going with this, and I've gone through this with Joe a lot, our sponsor, of this and that, and what about then? He's like you've already been through so much and have gotten through these things.
Right.
Like, have you remember where you came from?
Yeah.
And you see where you are now? Like, the impossible is
Yeah,
not.
but that's not what this is. I
No?
know what you're saying.
Am I off?
You're way off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hook it up.
Lack of clarity on the topic. I
Hey,
think,
we're gonna
yeah.
get
I
it
don't
by
think
the
it
end.
was fucking lack of clarity
Operator
at all.
error.
By the end of this,
I'd say.
no, I'll
pretty
get it.
fucking clear.
I'll realize what you're talking about. I think you're gonna get me right there.
Right there. So I
Navigate
said it
me, baby.
right fucking here, though. When I read it, it was clear.
I read it too.
I read it.
because I have good eyes. I can see from here.
Yeah? You're like a stalker.
Yeah, it was weird.
Don't minimize or limit the thought or thoughts about what you have gone through. And I'll give you the example.
I need that.
So, what are you touching the head?
I just fucking moved my hand. Jesus Christ. Tickling your ears, man. I can't tickle a little ear here. Well,
So, I'm going through the loss of a job.
Okay.
And I want to act like, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
When really it is. So, I walk through this world with these rose-colored glasses thinking that everything's okay and not letting myself feel the effect because I'm avoiding. I guess avoidance is if you want a one-word topic, avoidance would be it. How's that for clarity?
I was
I like
thinking
it.
minimizing, but I'm going to go with
Minimize.
avoidance so I don't get my ass beat.
Well, minimize is good too, but I don't believe that it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. How about that?
All right.
Well, you're saying that you lost your job, and you're sitting there, and you're like, no big deal, blah 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 blah. But you're not looking at any of the reasons.
Or not. That's probably. I'm not going to divulge what she was going through, but I guess so. I'll put it on myself, and this is something that we could all relate to. In the beginning, when my father dies from an overdose. Excuse me. I'm young though, and I'm not equipped to handle that. But even when I become a man, I've gone through multiple rehabs, multiple situations. A little bit of work has been done, but I'm minimizing the impact that had on my life.
Right.
So I kept acting like Johnny Tough Guy. That ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? An overdose of my father at 15 killed me.
Yeah, that's a fucking huge deal.
So it took me so many years, bro. I was 15, man. I don't really believe that I began to process that till I was 38.
Yeah.
I understand what you're talking about.
That's the shit of it. Like, we go through these situations and we want to, I want to puff myself up.
Act tough guy through it. Not show feelings, not even think about your feelings.
Maybe not even a tough guy, but I got to tell myself it ain't that bad.
Right. Well, it's like a little bit of a defense thing, right? Because I don't want to seem vulnerable. I don't want to ask for help.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to cry on nobody's shoulders about this. You know what I mean?
And so, she had a really good point in that, and I said, "Man, that's gonna be my next topic."
Dude, that is huge, because I was just talking about that today. That is actually a huge, as you guys know, and some of the viewers know, I'm finishing up my master's, but that's one of the prominent theories in mental health counseling is Adlerian. It talks about that when the impact that these things have, especially at that age, on us for the rest of our life are huge and not to be discounted, because they usually cater the way that we behave in future events. And I related to what you're saying, because I used to go into counseling, or I'd go into rehab, and they'd be like, "Do you have any trauma?" I was like, no, I don't fucking, we got trauma. What are you talking about? Because I'm thinking of the catastrophic shit, And in reality, I had a ton of it. Whether or not it was self-induced, it was because of where I was putting myself for the behaviors I was engaging in. It didn't matter. It's the impact that I overlooked. When I got sober, I was like, yeah, I'm good now. I got to move forward on this stuff, And I was diligent. I'm like you guys were, I'm sure, and still are, with my amends and shit, making sure other people, what can I do for you? I never really asked myself the question, what do I need to fucking, get past that? What do I got to do to be okay with that? Because one of my fears, and this is crazy because I was, unlike you guys, I was never actually I guess I was technically homeless, but I always had a place to live for the most part. That was one of my driving fears, was that I was going to be broke and I was going to be homeless, which never actually transpired happening. But the way I dealt with that was just getting high. Well, let me just figure this out. Let me
instead of
figure this
not
out.
being homeless and getting money.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, man. That's a good topic. I really like that one. I think
I think a lot of people, this is one of those topics
this is a good
that
one.
everybody's aware of, but it's so easy to continue to overlook.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, stay sick.
Right.
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 I ironically enough, going through some other situations, and someone was telling me, these behaviors, a lot of this shit is shit from your childhood, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just, you don't realize it, and because you think you're Billy Badass, that shit didn't affect you.
So you don't realize it.
Yeah. So I think basically, we all, and I don't even like to make those type of generalization blanket statements, but I think we all, nobody wants to be viewed as weak or less than, or, whatever the case may be. So rather than say, hey, man, this is what I'm going through and I'm feeling some type of way about it, it's easier to bury it, act as if everything's gravy.
Yeah.
And we keep it moving, and we don't realize the compounded interest that's going to be placed on the issues that we want to minimize or overlook.
Yeah.
Let me say something else, though. But from doing that for so long, you actually don't even realize later on how much this impacted your life.
Right. To piggyback off of that, it becomes easier to bury the next thing.
Yes.
And the next thing.
Yes.
And then, you know what? I've had so much shit go on in my life that was horrible and traumatic and definitely, what's the word we were using? Trauma.
Trauma, yeah. Trauma.
So much of these traumas that it became second nature, like
Right.
right under the rug.
What did you find was helpful to like get through that stuff? Like what did you find was, because I agree, man, like what I was just saying, you talking to a therapist, I was like, yeah, I don't know, trauma, blah, blah. Then I had to start looking at it, and I haven't, like my wife wants me to go do EMDR therapy.
What's that?
It's eye movement desensitized. Yeah, and what she does, the way she describes it is when she does it, the therapist will tap on her thighs and memories will flood back into her, like sometimes good memories and sometimes really bad memories, but it's kind of reprocessing those memories. And I'm like, man, I don't want to remember some of the shit.
Yeah.
No,
you know what I mean?
What? I want to.
You do?
I do. I'm going to tell you a story. Something that happened to me on Sunday.
Well, wait.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Stop interrupting.
Yeah,
my bad.
I want the question.
Call me Manny.
The question was aimed.
Interrupter.
He called out the
Called
interrupter.
me a fucking interrupter.
So, what did you find was helpful to kind of re-examine that, or have you?
I think that it's gonna cut his story a little bit, because for me, so coming into a any 12-step program or any therapeutic
Yeah.
environment,
Right.
for so many years I'm hiding this shame, guilt, remorse, trauma, because I all of a sudden become aware I'm concerned what people are gonna think.
Yeah.
And so just like when it came into doing a fourth and a fifth step, for those that are aware of what that is, I could never do that because I was too preoccupied with the thought of what is someone going to think. I had to cross that bridge to say, do I want to be healthy? Do I want to work on becoming a better me? Then I have to confront those fears. I have to be able to confront the fear of saying what I don't want to say.
Right.
What I'm scared to death to say.
And feeling it.
And feeling it.
And feeling
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
Because the feeling is what really stops us from saying what we really want to
And,
say.
it's that old saying, fuck feelings.
Yeah.
Because, it's the emotion that prevents us from doing what's necessary. Right. So that I had to come to a point where I say, you know what, man? Damn how I feel.
That's right.
The damage that I continue to do to myself. These same, and this is something that she's going to remember. We get into these fucking routines, like our number 18 guy. The same thing over and over and over. And then one day you wake up and you say,
Jeez, where did that 10 years go?
yeah, what the fuck is wrong with me that I keep doing the same shit?
And then go, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'll just get right back on the horse.
and look for the fucking 11th time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
19th.
Yeah.
So I think it really was to just have a little realization to say, okay, I've been sick for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've been exhibiting these behaviors for a long time. And I hear that if I work through them, I can then begin to put them behind me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have to face the fear because, what do they say? If there's a name for it, that means it's been done.
Yeah.
And when I've talked to men, when I and that's another thing. It's a huge trust thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have to develop a trust.
Yeah, I got to fucking know that you're not going to spew this around everybody else.
But let me say this, though. Doesn't it come to a point where that pain from holding these things in, the feeling, all that stuff, gets to the point where I don't give a shit if I trust this person or not.
That's right.
I need to get this the hell out of me.
100% out.
100%.
No, 100% out. I don't even know.
100 out.
Yeah, 100 out.
100 out. But yeah, man, and going to meetings, and obviously there's things that are meant for private discussion.
Right.
But, at the same time, I carry myself in a meeting the way that I carry myself amongst my friends.
That's right.
I'm going to say whatever, man, because I understand the benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our whole lives, I think we grow up thinking the benefit is to keep it shut.
Well, to be a man and just shut up
That's
and
right.
eat it.
Keep it inside
Yeah.
and keep on going on.
Yeah.
And then you understand, you start to see all the fucking
It leaks out,
Hiccups.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, it just fucking leaks
all
out.
these little
does.
hiccups in your life. And then, you know, my whole life, I think that they say you have a situation, you must work through it.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life was spent trying to get around it,
Oh, yeah.
over it,
Yeah.
under it.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to work on it
No.
at all. I'm not trying to address the core issues. And, you know, man, a lot of times I think if we look back, I know for me, when I look back, I could say I've exhibited some of the same behaviors from a fucking little kid
Oh, yeah.
right up into my adulthood.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was alcoholic from fucking the get-go,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I was an asshole. Yeah. What were you, so you were going to say something before
I
I...
have a story about something.
Yeah.
So, you know, one thing I love about being willing to work on this stuff and being aware when this stuff's coming up again, because they come up again.
Yeah.
We do work on the stuff and we go through it. And sometimes we think we've gotten through it.
Yeah.
And then we kind of like, okay, this is good now. I got to go start working on this stuff.
Yeah.
And then things start creeping back.
Residuals.
So this trauma, this is a life thing. This stuff's going to be with me forever. And it's going to bother me some way, shape, or form. It's what I do with it when they come up. So Sunday, I don't want to mention names, but somebody was talking to me about their brother and how he treats his mother like shit. You know what I mean? Just all the stuff she was telling me about what he does to her and how he talks to her and how he just everything about her. And I was just filled with rage. Like I was ready to like throw on black hoodie, black pants, black shoes, go sit outside this dude's house with a slapjack
Ninja stars?
and beat the living crap out of this guy. And I sit there and I'm like, you know, why do I feel like this towards him?
Oh, I know why.
I didn't know why. And then I started sitting there asking myself, why do I have this hatred for this guy? Why am I so angry with this guy? And I'm like, oh my God,
That was me.
it's
I
me.
hate myself.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me. Like, I could sit there and say, yes, I have forgiven myself. My mother has forgiven me. God has forgiven me. I have forgiven me. But have I really, really, really? Because doing trauma to my mom caused me trauma.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? The look on her face, the verbal stuff, all that stuff. And I realized on Sunday that I have never 100% have ever forgiven myself. And I'm going to tell you why. As I'm realizing this situation, I said, I don't want to forgive myself.
Oh.
I feel like I still haven't paid my penance yet.
Yeah.
I need, and I did the math on it. This is how sick I get. I started getting high at 12 years old. This is when I started disrespect. This is blah, 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 all the way up till 40 and change. So I still have this many years to suffer, right? Because I don't deserve
Wow.
to be forgiven 100%. Bro, and I'm in the kid and I'm crying and I'm like, oh my God, I just came to this realization. I've never forgiven myself.
Wow.
And this is trauma. This is trauma to me that I thought I did work on. I did work on it. I did. I did some work on it. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't even be talking about it like
still more
this.
to be done.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't have even been an issue. I'd be like, nah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we did some work on that. But man, dude, the realization that
Yeah, but you do realize that your logic is fucked
Oh
up.
God, dude, God. So I shared that in a meeting yesterday, and everybody was like, "You know, your mom's forgiven you." I'm like, "I know my mom's forgiven me, and and I know God's forgiven me. I haven't forgiven me, and I don't want to forgive me."
You know, I understand.
You know
that.
what I mean?
And I have a lot of those issues in my life, but I know that I haven't forgiven myself as well, but I don't internalize it. I use it to fuel my service.
Right.
So it's not like, listen, I know my mother loves me to death. She's my biggest fan.
Absolutely.
And I've done more to that. Well, it's like, what do they say, right? If someone else did to your people what you did to your people,
They never find you.
that's right.
Yeah, his payback was even. We'd be in trouble.
You know, I understand that, And I am very lucky that my family has bigger hearts and more love than I ever knew or could show.
And I like what you said there because I try to practice that too. You know, there's times when I don't want to go fucking do this. I don't want to help with that. And then I try my best to remember, like, shit, man. How many years was I a scumbag that my family didn't want me to do this? Even with my wife, you know, like we had her on here, 5 years of me in active addiction, man. We just came up on my penance with your math. I'm free. Now I can be an asshole.
Go upstairs and slap her just to get right back on that
I'll
horse.
tell you what, Ashley, this is what I really think.
Yeah, it was insane. So the first time Monday morning was the first time I ever said prayers for this guy.
Wow.
The first time.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I know. I know.
Somebody told me to do that years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember, I know to pray for other people, man, especially when they're on my mind all the time and they're bringing up emotions in me. Because, you know, if I spot it, I got it. You know what I mean? If I spot all this stuff in a person like right away and I know everything, I know his next move, I know it because it's me. Yeah. You know, so I threw him in there yesterday, and that's going to be the process on forgiving myself 100%. You know what I mean?
Listen. I think this, I don't know, man. Like, I don't even feel right to say that you're going to get this 100%.
No,
I don't think so either.
No way.
But
I don't think so either.
Because I feel for me, and my logic could be fucking warped, but it keeps me on my edge.
It does.
About what I know I need to do.
It does.
It does. It keeps you moving. Keeps you moving forward.
It does.
Yo, because if I'm resolved with this shit, man, I'll do it again.
Exactly.
We all say this. I can never give back what this has given me.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But in the same respect, I could never. The amount of pain that I caused that lady, the amount of stuff that I put her through, no matter how much service I do, no matter what.
You ain't evening that up.
You know what I mean? No. The math will never math up on that.
Same thing with the other thing.
Yeah.
That math ain't nothing.
Yeah. Damn math got me again.
Damn it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like everything else. You know, we come to these realizations, you put the work in, and I'm not looking for 100% forgiveness, but I am looking for, so that, like you said, when it comes up, it's a little more manageable.
Right.
I don't have to go to 100 with it anymore.
Dude, you tell me about 10 years ago, this dude would have been, and I would have been locked up.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not a great criminal. I'm not a good person.
Track record's not great.
Listen to our one-time bros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it made me realize a lot of things. Man. Made me realize, which I'm so grateful for. So, getting back to the topic, I think for a lot of these last few years, I kind of minimized a little bit of that stuff, you know? Started falling back into the minimizing it, going, oh, I had a mental illness, I was drug addicted, and blah, 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 and, you know.
That's why
excuse it, man.
When I share, I say, listen, man, I don't care that I'm alcoholic or drug addicted. There are no excuses.
Yeah. Zero.
I grew up knowing right from wrong.
Absolutely.
So
Second grade.
I took these chemicals into my system doesn't give me a pass.
Right.
It doesn't give me the exclusion to say, oh, you know what, man, you're good.
Right.
Your slate's clean.
We knew putting the stuff in our bodies was wrong.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Literally did it. But you know the beauty of like it, and I think that this happens more and more with these topics of, listen, this is a young lady, professional person, has doing her thing, successful in life.
Yeah, still affects.
And still has these thoughts. And then you got these three idiots completely fucking
the other end of the spectrum,
blown out in fucking drugs and alcohol, and yet we suffer the same feelings.
Right.
And and it just goes to show you, man, whether you these emotions, these feelings, the trauma, you don't have to. I don't care what walk of life you come from, you experience these things.
What are they called? Markers.
Yeah, suffering, man. And we all experience suffering, right? And I think that's equivalent to the amount of joy that we can experience in our life too, man, because I know what that ugly desperation pain is like, man. So when I have a great day like Saturday, fuck, dude, that shit is glorious. Yeah. I never knew after having what I have now how much I would look. Dude, I spent my life leaving the house, running away from everything. And now how much I just can't wait to get back into. And it's not the house, it's the people in it, it's the relationships.
It's the life.
It's the whole puzzle.
My
God,
God,
man.
man. Can't pay for this shit. You cannot pay for this stuff.
Right.
Can't. It pays dividends and just spiritual dividends, you know? Because we suffer from that fucking spiritual, mental, and physical malady, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the hole. You talked about it last week, that God-sized hole, right?
God-sized hole, man.
Shit, dude.
Fill it with that. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong.
And this topic, actually, thank you, Matt. I was struggling to come up with a one-time, bro. And this is actually, that prompted a crazy series of one-time, you know, this one time, this one period of time with my mother, you know? So I'll share that, you know, when it comes to that segment. But
soon come, boy.
So, you know, I remember years ago, this did happen.
Excuse me. Sorry.
A guy came in and told his story, and you've probably heard me say this before. He's like, you know, I thought I had trust issues when I came in. And, you know, these people want to know all my secrets.
Yeah.
And I can't, you know, I just can't trust anybody.
Yeah, man.
And he said, but you know what, man? I trusted that little bag
Oh, yeah.
was going to get me right.
Yeah.
Or I trusted that the liquor store was going to be open at 9 a.m. There was no trust issues whatsoever. But now you want to talk about me fixing myself.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Attempting to work on who I've been this whole life. And I quickly learned, and this hit me like a brick. Even though I wasn't ready to act on it yet, you know, you look back at your life and all these spiritual awakenings, they just weren't ready to come into play. But you remember it like it was yesterday. And when he said, I never had a trust issue, I have a fear issue.
Right.
And that's exactly what this topic is.
100%.
I have fear so much that it keeps my mouth shut, and it will not allow me to talk about what I'm feeling or what I'm going through or what I've went through. And that's a lonely place to be.
And it talks about that in our literature when fear says, you dare not look this way.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you dare. Yeah. And that's years and years and years. Like, I ain't fucking saying
that. And that hit me just now because think about those drug dealers that we trusted.
Yeah.
They showed us how many times did I get beat at the same spot? And I just kept jumping. Can you help me? I know you're good this time.
Yeah.
You know, they told me, don't trust me. And I still did. And then they would come in here and we're like, nah, I don't know. You want the best for me and you don't want anything in return? I don't know if I trust you so much.
And isn't it ironic that, and I've said this numerous times before too, you want to talk to me about saving my life and getting better.
Yeah. Go kick rocks.
Hear you.
Yeah.
You want to talk about breaking the law, doing some dumb shit, man? I'm like a dog with my ears on.
Yeah.
You know, and it really boils down to the transfer of what you want to gravitate
They're
towards.
focused, man. Yeah.
You know, it's just, man, I think that we live this life and, you know, one day we wake up at 30-something, 40-something, whatever it is, and it's real easy to hang your head low and say, man, this isn't really what I thought I was supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to be better. I was supposed to be farther along in my life.
Yeah.
And, man, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. It really is.
You know, and I remember this. Oh, you're not alone, buddy. Fuck you. I don't care that I'm not alone, bro. You know, at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not helping
Yeah.
me by telling me I'm
By
not
you
alone.
going through the same shit, don't do nothing for my shit.
I'd rather be alone because I could probably figure this out.
Yeah. Me and all my infinite
Yeah.
wisdom.
You tell me this dumb shit, this is not going to work.
But then I learned after coming around for a little while, like today when I hear that I'm not alone, it has a different impact.
It does.
Well,
Because I'm willing to understand that. I'm willing to allow that into my life. And, you know,
But you live that in your life too, man. This guy's at your shop. I know I'm never alone. I can always call on you guys. You're like, I am never alone. And even if I can't, man, upstairs got me covered.
And
to
dude,
be alone is a choice.
isn't it amazing that even if it's not a physical human, something will pop up in your head and you'll be like,
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love funny
I
stories.
wake up 2-3 times a night, take a piss.
Dude, you told me this. This is great.
And every single time I go back to bed, I say thank you.
Yeah.
Just thank you.
Yeah.
Now I say it 4 times.
Yeah.
You piss 4 times?
You're pissing a lot.
No, every time I wake up, I say 4
Oh, yeah.
from my wife, 3 dogs.
The pupper.
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know how that number came into my head.
The
It just did
Poporinos.
one day, and so I say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
right back to bed.
Nice.
Fucking knock right out.
Nice.
But I don't care. My favorite time of the day is bedtime. The day's over. It's been another, even if there's been a hiccup, it's another amazing, successful, sober day.
If you look at from the time you lifted your head off that pillow to the time you,
Yeah.
what a beautiful day today's been, man.
And everything didn't have to go my way either
Yeah,
for it to still be a great day.
absolutely, man.
So I can't thank him enough. I don't have enough gratitude.
No.
I can't exercise enough thankfulness.
No.
And none of that.
No.
So, you know, I developed that silly little habit, and I've afraid that I would do it forever. I believe that I will. But yeah, man, just silly things like that, man. You know, you go through stuff. You don't. I guess, you know, there's an underlying message here. You don't have to be alone, man.
No.
And you know, you sit there and you say, I'm not going to get involved with those programs and them people. Well, ask yourself a question. Look at who you've been surrounding yourself with. What about those fucking people?
Yeah.
Did they ever have your best interest at heart? It may have started out that way. We all have great friends, so we think in the beginning, and it's good time.
Oh yeah.
But that ends, man, and then that roller coaster ride of life sucks.
That's why I told that kid in
Yes.
the intervention yesterday.
Yeah.
I said, if you think your friends are your friends,
Yeah.
I was like, you guys all get into a back of a police car together, right? And one by one, the cop's going to ask you a question, and you're all going to be pointing at the other one.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
So, you know, it's just, man, I think it's really, really hard to be optimistic about the change when you look at your track record and you say, this is all I've done.
Yeah.
I just keep doing the same dumb. And if that's the case, I couldn't be sober today because I'd still be setting myself up.
Doing the same thing you always did.
It
Still
doesn't
outsmarting.
matter if it's drugs and alcohol, if it's relationships, if it's spending money, if you oh my God, you're gonna crack up. I'm gonna tell you something after the show. I can't say it out loud. And it doesn't matter what your thing is, you know. Just because you've been doing it doesn't mean you gotta keep doing it.
No.
But we get it's real easy to get caught up in that mindset, man, and to think, I just don't think I got it in me. I've given my best shot, which is a lie, because we're all capable. And I do believe this. Every human being is capable to make a change.
100%.
Whether they
100%.
choose to or not is the other option. That's the option.
But like you said earlier, it is a very hard pill to swallow.
100%.
And that's why, you know, our literature, the first page has nothing on it.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
and
that. You
I always
set
say
people
that.
up with that.
I go, hey, you know, everything you know is on the very first page of this book. And I flip it. There goes nothing on it. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Believe me when I tell you, because I didn't believe this either. I don't know shit. My conceptions, my perceptions, my fixed ideas, my belief system, everything is wrong. It's just uncanny. But that's a hard pill to swallow. But once I swallow that pill, now the healing process the forgiveness of the bringing up the trauma you never want to talk about, the putting your ego to the side, all that shit starts to happen. And that's called doing something different and changing, man.
There were things in my life that I swore I would never speak about.
Me too.
I would never.
Me too,
ever
man.
utter one word.
That's right.
And you know, when things got real, and I truly believed, I never believed in being sober. I never believed in being clean. I had failed attempts at it for all the wrong reasons, but never in my heart and in my soul did I feel, man, I truly want to be sober.
Right.
And when that date came, I spoke on those things. Now, do I know that that's the one reason why I stayed sober? I don't know.
Probably many. Probably many.
There's a bunch of pieces that go into a puzzle. There ain't never one.
And a lot of them came from the past.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I love
Most
the.
of 'em.
I love that my experience can benefit others. I love that part because I used to be like, look what happened to me, and look at me, and look at and poor me, and poor me, and poor me. And today, I use my life experiences because I was given them. I was given these things to help somebody else out
right.
with, right?
Yeah.
That floored me when I swallowed that pill.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're on some other
what?
shit. That's
Oh,
That's some
dude.
Dickie B shit.
That's some rocketing into a fourth dimension right there,
baby.
bro.
Yeah.
What?
Our history becomes our biggest asset.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. So that was a good topic, bro. Really good
Excellent
topic, man. So we're gonna move on. Really good topic, man. We're gonna.
Hey, thanks.
You got it, buddy.
Hey, you're welcome. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, sobriety dates. If you need help, let us know. We got
Hey,
guys.
listen, this guy says that same shit every week. How about you start fucking doing it?
Yeah.
Help us out.
Do it. Do it.
Just
Do
do
it.
it.
Do it.
Try it
Do
one
it.
time.
Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't forget the merchandise, our merchandise. And we're gonna move into our next segment, which is the one time, bro.
This guy.
Yeah, it's John's tonight. John's one time, bro. John, what do you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, so this one time I had just relocated back to North Salem to live with my mother. She was gracious enough
Catskills?
to take me back in. And Ashley, we were dating at the time. She was still in the Catskills. I think she was finishing up school. So I start working. I had a job lined up back in graphic design. I'm working and I'm living with my mother. Now, you know how we do. Like, I was projecting these fights that would happen because I'm living back with my mother and I don't want to be here. So I had this brilliant idea to take the edge off. On my way home from work, I'd stop by the liquor store, take a couple nips, just to take the edge off. Little did I know later on that was actually causing the fights because I was getting home drunk.
What a concept.
So at this time, I had bought a motorcycle from a guy that had diabetes and couldn't hold the motorcycle up anymore. It was like $200. It was like this 1982 Honda Sabre. Thing was like a steel frame. It was 1200 cc. It was massive. My first bike. First ever, massive
Way to
thing.
learn.
Yeah. So at this time, I'd now got back in with my old connects. I'm living, I'm barely spending time at home. Ashley's still in the Catskills, and I'm making runs down to like White Plains to pick up stuff. And I'm like, oh, just take the fucking bike. Now, I'm smashed. By the grace of God, I didn't get killed on that bike because I would go into the heart of White Plains and I'd be like at a stoplight and I'd already picked up and I'd like nod and the fucking bike would fall over. And then people would have to get out because I was this little 130-pound dude trying to lift a freaking heavy bike. They'd have to get out of their car so I could get through the stop sign and help me pick the bike up. So this one day I come home sloshed. It's like 11 o'clock on a Sunday and I'm fucking wasted on the motorcycle. My mom sees me pull in their gravel driveway, and halfway down the driveway, the bike just, tips over. Like, yeah, I'm good. Pick it right back up. I think I actually just left it. I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I left it, tipped over, and I went inside. I probably started a fight. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I didn't have an apartment up in the Catskills. I had a girlfriend up in the Catskills. I was like, I'm out of here. I don't need this shit. I don't need this from you. I got all my own place. So I fucking grabbed the keys to my car because I'm not picking that bike back up again. And I got Cooper get in the car.
Poor Cooper.
Hey, poor Cooper is right. Old one eye. And I get in the car and she's like, she regretted it for a long time that she never took the keys from me. But it was like, you're not keeping that from an alcoholic. I'll fucking hotwire the car and figure it out. So I get in the car with Cooper, plastered, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I start driving north. I'm going back to the Catskills. Fuck all this shit. This was a bad idea.
You got a package with you?
Yeah. I got a fucking bottle in the side of the car, you know, and because at this point I probably only could afford to drink, and I'm on my way back up. I made it probably like 20 minutes of that ride. I realized, I think to this day, I had left my vape at home, and I'm looking, and I'm driving this all-wheel drive Subaru station wagon, and I'm looking over here for the vape, you know, while I'm doing 75 on Interstate 87, and I just slip a little too. I pull the wheel with me, and all four wheels grip, and the car just goes, you know, and I black out. That was it.
Fucking Cooper,
And
dude.
Cooper's in the car, man, and so,
That dog can talk, dude.
oh my God, thank God he can't. I got out of that. So I remember waking up. The car is upside down on the shoulder of the highway, and I'm looking out the window upside down, and there's Cooper just sitting on the side of the thruway. Cars flying by. I'm like, what the fuck just happened, you know? And I crawl out the windshield, pedestrian stop, and, you know, oh, what happened? I was like a fucking deer, man. They're like, okay, you know.
Them damn whitetails.
Yeah, the police show up, everybody shows up, fire department, and that was the third DWI I got. And yeah, Ashley had to come, and you would think that was like my warning sign, you know, like bracing with death. And here we were talking about this, minimizing this shit. You know, I minimized this shit for so long, you know. And my mom took that with her for a long time. Like, I should have gotten the keys. And I'd like to say to her now, there's no, you know, this would have happened. It was inevitable.
Not
You know,
that
this
day,
was
another day.
a path that I had to travel, unfortunately.
You can't deny someone their bottom.
Yeah. That's
You can't
for
prevent your
sure.
bottom.
For sure.
You like a good alcoholic. You're gonna find another one.
Yeah. And you know what? That's I saw the good in people. I wasn't ready to see it, but I reflect on it now, and I see the good in people, because like the people that pulled over and stopped, the fire department took my dog, made sure Ashley was able to come down and get the dog, and all this stuff, man. And that was my third DWI. I didn't spend a night in jail. I spent the night in the hospital with a neck brace on. But, you know, and that cop, you know, he was very kind to my wife and very helpful with all this stuff. And you know what? This is how sick I was. Driving home from the hospital, I got stuff in the car. We got to get out. Let's stop by the impound lot. Bro, that bottle wasn't even shattered.
Come on.
Out, back to it, you know, like right back to it. But it was probably about 3 years later is when I finally gave up the
About 3 years later.
yeah, about 3 years later. I was like, all right.
I was expecting a week or two.
3 months.
This motherfucker's about 3 years later.
3 years later, hey, I got a thick head, Matt. You know, this takes a beating.
You are a truly blessed man, my man.
Yeah, I am.
With the amount of cars you
truly
flipped.
blessed.
You're
Only
a fucking
one.
car
Only
flipper.
one flip.
No.
Yeah.
What about the other one with
Yeah,
the
the BMW.
fucking cars?
Yeah, it never went over.
Oh.
That was, you know, preparatory. Preparatory.
So next week's guest is Cooper, John's dog. We got to hear from this
That
motherfucker.
poor bastard.
All right, guys, that's been a great episode. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comments.
If you're watching the fucking show,
Even say sup.
say a little something.
Say sup.
Say you guys suck. Say
Yeah.
whatever. Say something.
Like, man, you guys are freaking weird. Merchandise, all that stuff. If you need help, get in touch with us. I always want to say give us a call. I don't know why I say that, because you can't call us. But if you get in touch with us, somebody will call you. What the episode 20-something?
6.
20-something.
20-something.
I think it's 6.
It's been a great one. That was a really good topic. Thank you very much for that, Matt. And thank you to that girl who brought that up and helped you all along with this topic.
Hell
Everything
yeah.
happens for a reason. It's not out, it's God. And I think the only thing left I have to say is thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Pew, pew.
Travel down the road and back again.
tell you what, that fucking
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a